hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
A second down throw for Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's the type of pass play that you need to wait for routes to develop. You need a little time in the pocket, but that's hard to do when you got people in your face.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He says this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Prescott to throw on 4th. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Come on, let's go.
First down, Prescott. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. To throw on second down is Smith. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. 3rd and long. It's
speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They run again with Ware. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, Smith. It's complete to Chris Conley. Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Get set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's Smith now on second down. And Hill with it over the middle. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well, and most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Wide open receiver complete. Give them 11 on the gain there, and that'll be good for a KC first down. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Smith. Looking left side, that's caught by Macklin. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jeremy Macklin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of the play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. A second down throw for Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
A first down throw for Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Here we go.
On second down, Prescott again. Trying to lay one up deep. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Here by Conley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. One man in the backfield, Elliott. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. He got 29 yards that time. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let it go deep, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Their dangerous wide receiver in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So they just do get the touchdown in before halftime, and now a PAT will tie it.
So what we're seeing is one team is going to be really excited right now. How about the other side, though? Will they be deflated, or will they go ahead and gather themselves, regroup at halftime, and come back out because we had an even half?
Yeah, we did. We'll see. Should be a good second half, that's for sure. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They run it here. Ware. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime in and Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
It's a four-receiver look to the right side. First down, Prescott. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. One receiver left, 3 to the right. From his goal line here, Smith. He's got time. Going right side here, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their speed and their route running savvy.
They'll run now.
I had him rated as the top player in his class in 2016 before his injury. He ends up going in the 2nd round, and now he's starting to make the
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Tomahawk able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Well, because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long for Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 18 yards there and a 1st down. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Prescott on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And again, it's Prescott. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here we go.
To the air again, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Their big tight end. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The veteran Jeremy Maclin was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Offense still needing 10 yards, second down. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Second and 10, Smith again. And he comes back with one complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Here's the option going right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Start the drive. They'll have it first and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They come out here in the eye. The give is to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On third down, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Tough day. tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Turned it upfield for good yardage. To throw is Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Let's go! Prescott now on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Let's go! Well, Prescott here to throw. That's caught at the 1. Yeah. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Prescott, and this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in. Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't a...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. surveying the field. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. Now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up close.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They come out here in the I. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Throwing. Prescott. Going to throw right side here. Complete. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Let's go.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well. Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Play action. It's Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Charles, we saw...